So they'll be calling you a radical. So the LA Times, the Fukushima cover-up bootleggers, they're claiming they broke this story. This has got me so pissed. Remember the LA Times called us activists in California for all those years conspiracy theorists? So we said the barrels were thrown in the fucking ocean that are radioactive fucking material. Radioactive Waste, the Department of Energy scumbags were thrown in the ocean. Remember they called us conspiracy theorists? Remember that? Remember that? Now they're taking credit for breaking the fucking story. Fuck, we broke that story decades and decades ago. TikTok, Diablo, Canyon, Clock. So now they're saying 56,000 barrels of red. No shit, no shit. Hunter's Point, oh, Santa Susana, don't you cry for me. So, I mean, I want to say this to the LA Times. I mean, I'm going to send this to them because I have a connection there. And so you're going to report that. But, so 56,000 barrels. You're worried about that, which you should have been long ago. What about the fucking hundreds of billions, hundreds of trillions, the Google barrels of radioactive material has been dumped right off your shores, Fukushima? Oh, that's clear over there. Are we really that ignorant? Hello, Jesse, throw your rubber ducky in at Fukushima, Japan. You know how long it'll be in LA? You know how long? 7, 8 days. Remember the bridge from Gold Beach? Landed on Gold Beach from Fukushima, Japan on day 6 of the disaster. Overpass you drive on. I picked up so much debris right there in LA. I walked the whole coast, documented. And I want to say this too, to all you deniers of my work. A guy was arguing with me the other day about, there's your barrels. I got your fucking barrels. I got your spent fuel pools. What about Diablo Canyon? Fucking LA Times bootlickers, just like the San Francisco Chronicle, just like the New York Times, just like the Jeff Bezos in his Washington Post, just like the mainstream media. Don't say the F word, Fukushima, which you hammered California harder than anyone, except maybe here in Utah. So all you people that are my deniers, they're saying, oh, the well collapse, the fishing collapse, overfishing, fucking long lines, are that? Is overfishing, long line fishing, did that wipe out the tide pools? Huh? I mean, I had some woman who's a teacher, a professor, arguing with me that it was the... No. Don't get me wrong, that's a fucking horrible problem. But that is did overfishing take out the starfish in the tide pools? The exact same time it took out the salmon, the whales. Look, I'm a scientist. I'm a real fucking scientist. I'm not a bootlicker. I'm not a black and yellow media whore. That's what they are. It was us who were fucking going crazy about that decades and decades ago. The Abalone Coalition. Remember the hot water that fucking fried out? I mean, that was when Diablo started flushing. How can you want to put anything on Diablo? We're going to leave that open? Don't want to live like a Fukushima refugee. Don't want to live like a Chernobyl refugee. The LA Times is the same LA Times that reported that Chernobyl is the worst nuclear disaster recently in history. What, Orwell? 3 is more than 1. 3 full core meltdowns, 8 spent fuels, including MOX fuel, into the jet stream into LA. I found that workers' home at Pacific Beach, San Diego, freaking. I mean, the debris I picked up when I was walking along there. So you're going to deny? You know how much fucking water and the Rouge, which is the greatest red herring in human history, is the Fukushima dumping the water. Now, I'll post all the fucking links for you, LA Times. If that's the case, if they just started dumping on August 24th, 2023, the Fukushima fucking, we cleaned the water dumping. Oh, we forgot to turn off a fucking faucet. Fucking red herring. The nuclear frogs have been boiled nicely. We're the ones that reported this. We're the ones that were all over there. These barrels were radioactive material fucking 50 years ago. I was involved with all that. Now you're going to take credit and say you're the one that broke that fucking story? When you won't report Fukushima, what are you going to do? Wait for 50 fucking years to report Fukushima? Okay, if that's the case, that they were just dumping, started in August this year, why did in May of this year it gets reported that the fishermen in Fukushima Harbor caught rockfish with the same product that's in this, cesium-137, 18,000 becquerels per kilogram, 180 times over the raised safe limits. Remember all your radnet detecting issues you took down in LA? Remember all that? Remember Gina McCarthy? You go along, you play California blows my mind. And you bail out Diablo Canyon, lessons from Fukushima. So I'll post the other link. How about in 2022? 40 kilometers off the coast of Fukushima, 300 meters down. 14 times over the legal site. Breaking news, Japanese current flows into the California current. Where's the California current? Right there where those barrels. So you're going to report this and you're going to break this like you broke this fucking news? Fuck, you called us conspiracy theorists. That's what you called us. What? And you're going to fucking, on Fukushima, the Great Single Line, and you're going to still report that Chernobyl is more than, oh, fuck. Blows my fucking mind how the fucking world fucking, and I'm a butcher what's cow, I'm a baker what's cake, I'm a fucking newspaper reporter, I'm a fucking UCLA West 10 fucking versus East State. Yeah, I was in East State. I have the atom bomb disease. My father nuked to death in fucking the Nevada test, the San Onofre Marine. My mom, the Woodbury, LA, fucking pit apart. What about Santa Susana? What about that one, huh? What about Rocketdyne? What's that? So the barrels, you're breaking, said this is your story? It's radio. When we fucking been telling you this for decades and decades and decades. We're the ones that broke this fucking story. Us, the real environmentalists. What has happened to the real environment? Greenpeace took us over. Friends of the Earth. They're not fucking. Maybe you can get Arnie Gundershield to tell you there's a hydrogen blast. Maybe you can call Helen up again. She's LA. She was in LA all this. Maybe she can write another book and tell you the Japanese are tidy people. They cleaned it up. Maybe you can get fucking Busby to tell you the Pacific Ocean's a big place of fucking Duluth. Maybe you can get Kevin Blanch from the Bone Marrow Transplant Center. Fucking, I mean, that'll be 12 years since the last chemo went on me. February 26th, that infamous day. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. The barrels right there, fuck. We've been telling you that for decades. What about Fukushima? What about Fukushima? 56,000 barrels? You know how much fucking radioactive material fuck has been pushing in the Pacific Ocean right there in LA from Fukushima? 56 fucking trillion fucking, well, more than that. 56 Google fucking barrels. So I'll post all that. How about Ken Buckenfuck Buser on the Hawaii boat? They were over there in June of 2011. I reported this, and you guys did not. You stood down. To who? Who? The Nuclear Energy Crime Center? Maybe go to Caltech. I remember my grandpa. He says, because I was one of those gifted kids, you know, in Ogden, Utah, San Diego. I mean, the statue at Old Town, April 4th, my grandpa. He's like, they're recruiting me, Grandpa. 16. I was a wild little freaking heathen because my test scores were the highest in the country, some of them, on these new type of tests. And he says, who's recruiting you? I says, all these universities. This guy wants me to apply to Caltech, Berkeley, all these. He says, you ain't going to any of those schools. Those freaking corrupt liars, they're poisoning the planet. Those nuclear monsters, they are monsters. No, you're going to your community college. Right here. You're going to Weber State, your community school. That's where you're going. Period. You got me? Yes, sir. You're earning a trade. Get that hawk and trowel in your hand. I was self-taught plasterer, 16 years old, because he's like, And this is a guy that came from that line that found the Golden Setter's Mill. What does it matter with you in L.A.? What does it matter? Oh, Santa Susana, don't you cry for me. I came to Utah with a load from San Onofre. We got San Onofre shut down. And then you in L.A., I mean, Mitch from L.A., that news, he's the one that helped us break the story of the fucking cheating on the exchange. I thought they were putting those people in jail, Evie. What about Diablo Canyon? What about Diablo Canyon? Fuck, it's something we don't even use in California. You know how close you are to Diablo Canyon? Don't want to live like a Chernobyl refugee? Don't want to live like a Fukushima? Don't want to live like Los Angeles, California? I was in L.A. when they announced they're shutting down Diablo. How come we're keeping it back open? 56,000 freaking canisters of radioactive material, and LA Times is going to claim they broke the story. Fuck, we broke that fucking story 50 fucking years ago. What happened to the environmental movements? Like everything else, NGOs, they sold their souls for money. Greenpeace, Sierra Club, fucking all, and they sold their souls. Fuck, the litmus test is real easy, and it's going to look back in history on all you black and yellow media whores. Every one of you is going to look back on history on all of you. You newspaper reporters, you senators, you freaking congressmen, Obama, Trump, freaking Biden, and the EPA. No, they're all going to look back on you. This is the litmus test. The litmus test on freaking a real reporter, a real activist, is going to be Fukushima. The word. Kevin White's the greatest PhD. I proved the tide pools fucking wipe out. I proved the salmon collapse. I proved the fucking dead whale fucking collapse. The gray whales are migrating right now. Orcas eating fucking gray whale pups right now, right there in LA. How about you get another sewer spill there? Fuck. You're worried about what you should have been long ago. The nuclear frogs have been boiled nicely. You're going to report this shit 50 years after the fact and then take credit for, yay, look at me? What about Fukushima? I'll post all the links. Ken Buesler has come out recently now and said, well, when we first got over there on the boat, in the international study, and in June of 2011, it was millions of times radioactive. I'm like, oh, he's never said that before. Nobody said. He's out there saying that now, and I'm like, oh, it's millions. But he's getting better. Where's it getting better? Show me the Pacific Ocean. I've documented it perfectly. The greatest PhD in human history. Tide pools right there. LA right there. Up and down that coast like no other. That historic low tides. My tide pool videos alone are me on my Nobel Prize. Alone. Not let alone my salmon work. Let alone my well work. Let alone my freaking IAE in Vienna work. Let alone my work at the Peace Vigil in freaking D.C. Let alone my work at the media in New York City. Let alone my fucking work here at the Nevada test site. Let alone my work here at the Utah dump site. Energy Solutions. By the way, Warren Buffett owns Utah Power and Light, the new scale scam. Him and Bill Gates fucking scammed us. They're scamming us right now, little SMR. Didn't that all start in L.A.? Yeah. Santa Susana. What's Rocketdyne? How come you don't report that shit, L.A. Times? You gonna report this now? Fukushima. How's it getting better, Ken? The radioisotopes, the fucking... Do I have to explain what background levels are or half-life? It doesn't get better. The nuclear waste is freaking, some of these plutonium, Californium, Tennesseeum, plutonium, it's just all coincidence, the fires, the heat bubble, all coincidence. That typos you feed, Edie, it's a fucking cult. All fucking coincidence. Caltech, fucking UCLA, USC, you know about fucking West 10. I was at East 8, the Bone Marrow Transplant Center at LDS. West 10's the freaking leukemia unit. Remember Woody Allen's buddy? Remember that book? Remember he got outed as he was being paid by the Department of Energy as the propagandist to write that book and to go, remember that? And remember that whole butterflies flying out of the nuclear reactors? Remember that was him. LA. Fucking. Just remember this. When the movie China Syndrome, Nora made that, right? Nora made that. Do you know Nora got AML leukemia the exact same time as I did? In 2011, post-Fukushima. Did you know that? Remember when I dyed my hair in blue in honor of the Bush Lake and I came out of the boat with my central line hanging out and I did all those videos in honor of her? You know, she died in 2012. Did you see the Oscars? Did you see Hollywood? Did you see anything? Did you see Meryl Streep make it anything? She made that movie. You know what guts she had to make that movie? You know, what about Silkwood? Kevin and Karen Silkwood, they tried to make a sequel out of me. Come on, LA. And you wonder why there's so much cancer there. I recently met a woman from LA that had been fighting for her life in a bone marrow transplant. I gave her a wreath of folded paper crayons. She had no clue, and she's older than me. She had no clue about Santa Susana. So you're going to report the canisters now, 50 years after it's too fucking late. They'll never go away. But you won't report Fukushima, the mother of all ecological catastrophes in fucking human history. Oh, Santa Susana, don't you cry for me. I brought the canisters to Utah from Santa Onofre. Don't want to live like a Chernobyl refugee. Don't want to live like a Fukushima refugee. Don't want to live like a Los Angeles, California nuclear waste refugee. The greatest crime in human history is the media, the cover-up, the politicians. Fucking, remember Trump? I asked Trump from here to there and saw, like, you gonna talk Fukushima? You know, yes, it was all over Fox News, Utah. Did he? No, he met with the B-17, including blacking out the windows at Mar-a-Lago. What do you think they were talking about? Their fucking golf game? And we get the sequel. Fucking Fukushima cover-up Biden versus Fukushima cover-up fucking Trump. Fucking wannabe Caesar's old fucking puppet fucking imperialist geezers. We seen this fucking movie. What about China Syndrome? What about Nora, who made that great fucking movie, Silkwood? What about that great movie? Where's Meryl Streep? Where's all these people? Hey, maybe you can get fucking Snowden, who handed the chip to Laura. Remember, she got an Oscar, didn't she? Didn't she stand on the stage? What a con. Isn't she the MIT Media Endowment's freaking daughter? Bowing to wealth, man. Nobody there stands up to the freaking machine in L.A. Nobody dares shut up the machine in L.A. Really? Really? Here we go. Cops driving the wrong way. You know, where's the greenwashing bus? UTA, the empty bus. So, I can't believe that LA, of all people, isn't screaming their heads off about Fukushima. They've been dumping the whole time. 3 full-core meltdowns, 8 spent fuel pools, including MOX fuel, into the jet stream, pushed in the ocean that goes right to you. Well, here too. I got leukemia in 2011. Given 2 months to live. When a doctor looks you right in the fucking eyes and tells you got 2 months to fucking live. Which they did to me. I watched my father fucking, die of the atom bomb disease. I mean, see how quick the Japanese current flows into the California current? Again, throw your rubber ducky. It will be in Los Angeles within 10 days. Less than that. Take your dry gas container. When Diablo Canyon goes, it's only a matter of time. Let's see. Build nuclear reactors on the Ring of Fire. All those great hearings that I spoke at, we did all that work getting Diablo, getting San Onofre shut down. Well, San Onofre is a great accomplishment. That's in San Diego County, in the Orange County line. LA, wake the fuck up. When are you going to stop bowing to the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate? You report this now, 50 years fucking too late. Maybe you can fucking report Fukushima in the year 2525, if man is still alive. Fucking stand tuned. Black and yellow media whores.